Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is LarryWBrooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and the Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I urge you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, feel free to reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you on this Thursday. I want to introduce my co-host back from, you know what I'm saying, business, moving around, parts unknown, East Coast, West Coast, south of the border, South America and North America, man. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, and a proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. Representing fresh, coming back from Champions Real Estate School, waving the flag as we do normally on Thursdays. Here's the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on, brother?
Hey, I can't complain. Hold on, let me get some love. Let me get that love out there, man. I can't complain, man. Things are good. We got beautiful weather. It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to sit next to you, man, and I'm just excited. The energy is there. We here at the right time.
Look, I don't have to say this because everybody that follow you online, they understand what I'm saying when I say this, is that I was nervous. We might not ever get you back again, brother, man. So, share with the audience a little bit about your South American trip.
Okay.
Some of the cool cultural things you were able to experience and some of the traveling hiccups and challenges that you had to deal with on the way back.
So here's what here's my takeaway. I need to get better with my Spanish because here in the States, you know, everything is either Spanish and English. Right. Well, when you're in a country and they ain't got no English, so the people there, when you're looking at the menu, they like looking at you. You looking at them like, I want coffee. They don't call it coffee. So I have got to get better with, you know, my terminology when it comes to restrooms, coffee, and even ice.
But see, I can't even let you go out like that because you did what, almost a week?
I did.
Almost a week.
Yeah.
And you overcame those challenges. So
I did.
Even though you didn't speak the native tongue.
Yeah.
What food, cuisine, or restaurant could you recommend for people who might go down that way that you could say, okay, even though I didn't know Spanish, they still took care of it?
Yeah. Pizza Hut. Just point at the picture. Just be like, I was there right there.
Okay,
and even when you point at the picture,
are we serious or are we playing?
I'm dead serious. That was the first thing that came to mind. That was just, it was just saying. But then, you know, but it's funny. And then, you know, of course, last week, you know, it's my son's birthday is April 15th. So every year he chooses a place on the calendar that he wants, on the map that he wants to go to. And so we went to San Francisco. And so that was a great experience, riding the trolley. And I always ask him, like, why? Why did he choose that particular place? And he said it's because of one of the video games. And so while we're there looking at, like, the Golden Gate Bridge, the trolley, and all these other little landmarks, he's showing it to me from the video game that he plays.
What game was it?
I don't remember the name. But he was showing me how they go into the buildings and sneak out. And I was, that was the first thing that came to mind. Big Grand Theft Auto,
Big shout out to LB3, man. I've been watching you guys online, man. His sports thing, his working out, his work ethic, man, is starting to go to that next level.
I love it, man.
You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to the little homie, man. You need to bring him through the studio more, man. You know how we like to hang out when he get to show up on set.
And he want to eat afterwards and all that.
This boy tripping. Hey, look, But like I said before, brother, it's good to have you back, man. You know, we're at the point of the show where before we introduce this week's guest,
Yes.
we always give Mr. Brooks an opportunity to share with our audience a little of the background
Yep.
and what it took to be able to gain the commitment
Yep.
of this week's guest. So could you share with our audience a little bit of behind the curtains of what goes into having our guest show up on such a busy Thursday?
You know what, Rick? Here's the blessing part. And we talk a lot about relationship currency and the ability of networking and meeting people. And so one of our guests, our very first guest that we'll probably introduce, I had the opportunity of meeting her at just a total random event that was being held in Houston. It was an amazing event. It was like a casino night type event. And so and then after that, I think maybe weeks later, we went to a networking event that was taking place here in town, and it was real estate professional networking event. And us as realtors, I always tell people it's okay that we communicate. It's okay. Absolutely. It's enough business and enough opportunities for all of us. And so by that point, I had an opportunity to meet her broker as well as the other ladies that are going to be on the stage here with us today. And it's been a pleasure ever since then. The energy, the things that they're doing. The funny thing about it is my guy Rashid had did some video shooting for them even before I had an opportunity to meet them. So I had already seen and knew who they were, and then he was referring to him as family. I was like, that's my guy, and then it's just come full circle, and today we got him here on the stage.
And I want to thank you so much for being able to get this set up for us, because I think this company is a great example of what leadership, motivation, and team building can help bring to the market. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest. We have the outstanding team from Collective Realty Co, led by broker owner Miss Courtney Okanlomo, Miss Corbin Houston, Miss Briana Thomas, and Miss Cherrish Barrett. How you doing, ladies?
Hold on, let me get that love in here. It's my love couch. That's it.
I want to thank you so much for sitting in with us, Courtney, because everyone in the real estate sphere that watches the show knows how busy Thursdays can be. It's what's that last day before our weekend vacations, and we got to catch those 9 o'clock flights to Las Vegas, Miami, or LA. So thank you.
And sometimes we show up with
I forgot. But first thing, so Ms. Courtney, please introduce your brokerage to the audience. Talk about the foundations of your company and what motivated you to start a company and be a real estate leader.
Yeah. So we are Collective Realty Co, and we started off as a trio on a team under another brokerage and realized that we were powerful on our own. So I branched out. I started the brokerage. I took these lovely ladies with me, Briana and Cherrish, and we just wanted to really make our mark on the Houston real estate market in a big way. Okay. Small but mighty is kind of where I see us.
Now, and as you've formulated your organization, one of my first questions that I think about is, what was it about these two talented ladies that you saw in them that you thought we could start our own thing? What talents do they bring to the table, and what do they do for the company as a whole that the people who work with you can enjoy and take advantage of?
So I think that as seasoned agents now, they started off very fresh with me, and I was able to really mold them and get them to the points where they are now. But what I saw in them was their ability to absorb that knowledge and to really implement the strategies that I was giving to them. And not every agent has that, that wherewithal.
That's right.
And they certainly did. And, Cherrish is now a relocation expert. I tell her all the time she has the key to the city. She's not even from here. And Briana has dealt with a lot of private clients, luxury leases, luxury sales. So she brings that to the group, and we're just very, very blessed.
And I gotta ask, Ms. Cherrish, since you are the relocation expert on the team, what is it about that aspect of the business that allows you to feel fulfilled? Because a lot of times, especially in real estate, it's not just business. It's a lot of giving back. It's a lot of helping people. So that can build us up, and on those challenging days, you can reflect back on those positive experiences. So what is it about the relocation part of the industry that you enjoy?
I would say it's just simply me just being able to share what I know, what I've learned after being here for so many years, all of the people that I've met, all of the events that I've attended, my network and everything. It's just the idea of being able to share my knowledge.
And I taught her how to play blackjack.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We got the blackjack table.
I learned how to play blackjack before, but you brought me back up to speed.
Sorry, side note.
Yeah, he brought me back up to speed.
Now, this question is for you, Ms. Thomas, because Larry, myself, other real estate professionals in the audience have, we understand the ups and downs that come with working with luxury products and dealing with high-end clientele, executive level buyers and sellers. So what is it about that aspect do you think allows you to flourish? Is it your personality? Is it things that you've learned along the way? Because when choosing an aspect of real estate, everyone doesn't choose to work in that luxury sector. So what is it about you that allows you to flourish in that lane?
Well, I don't think I necessarily chose it. I think that
The game chose me.
No, the game chose me.
Courtney, I feel you realize it all day.
It really did. I can't answer this for you. I'm gonna let you answer, but that's really what happened. It's really what happened.
Yeah, it really is what happened. So I started at another brokerage before. I was with KW. And I was having a hard time there trying to find my groove, just find what worked for me. Yes. And what I felt they kept chasing me was leases, right? And my mentor at the time, he was like, just own it, just own it. Like, you are their girl. Like, if people want to come to you for leases, own that. And I was steady pushing to really do sales. Like, I really want to get into sales. And I've sold, I've listed, I've done some things. But I keep finding myself back at that lease department, right? And then I guess just moving along in real estate these last couple of years, my network has changed. So that has put me into the luxury era of that lease market, right? And so, like I said, I never really chose it, but it just came to me. It just started to happen. So.
I thank you so much for your transparency, because it would have been easy for you to have a long, convoluted answer as far as real scientifically speaking, but you was like, it's just a sign of something that people are just drawn to me, and I try to service the things that they need. So I want to commend you for that. Miss Courtney.
Yeah.
You talked about the story behind how you got these first two ladies to come with you, like Jerry Maguire. But could you just share with our audience a little bit about how you brought Miss Houston into the fold?
Yes.
How she became an indispensable member of the team, and what aspects of the industry does she focus on?
Yeah. So we like to say that we kind of started this movement here. People are thinking that we're female only, and honestly, that's how we started out. So these two ladies here brought in a fold of different other agents that were, connected just a little bit, right? But not complete strangers, and that was important to me. Because if I would have had it my way, I just would have been a trio at least for a few months while we got our traction going. And then it was agent after agent after agent that came in by way of connection, and Corbin was one of them by way of Briana. So now we're a total of 7, including myself. No one was recruited. No one was stalked. So we are a natural group, which is why they're all so very important to me. But that's how Corbin came into the fold. She was a referral from Briana.
Outstanding. So Miss Korbin Houston from Chicago.
I am.
I have to ask you, what
area in Chicago are you from? Anything other than Southside. I'm just saying. Everyone says Southside. I don't think Chicago got no other areas.
I think Chicago has suburbs, because they was talking about Dwayne Wade from a suburb of Chicago.
The West Side.
Oh, you're suburban Chicago. Oh, okay.
I don't know about you. City? Are you a city girl?
81st and Lafayette.
Yeah.
Off the
City girl.
City girl. City girl. The original. Right. The West Side.
So Ms. Corbin, as you relocated to Houston and started your real estate practice here in Houston, Texas, what is it about Houston from a real estate perspective that you enjoy, and what aspect of the industry out here have you decided to focus on?
Okay, so now I'm a new realtor. My focus is on first-time home buyers.
Absolutely.
So I'm building my expertise in that area. And getting into real estate in Houston, I just feel like my options are limitless. Like people, as you know, Cherrish is a relocation specialist, but everybody wants to come to Houston, and people are willing to spend their money, and I want to help you get your bang for your buck. And
And I can tell you, because I'm sure Larry can speak to this thing, because everyone starts when they first get into this industry working with those first-time buyers. You will be most fulfilled working in that market, because not only are you educating, but you have opportunity to change lives and set people up on a trajectory that they may not have been on before they decided to work with you. So that's something that I think is like, that's invaluable work. So please continue to fight that fight, because I know there are challenges, there are things that change every day for first-time buyers. And Courtney, please elaborate a little bit for those first-time buyers that are in our audience. How challenging is it as a real estate professional? Because the things as far as qualification standards always seem to change a little bit for them, and it's almost like as soon as some people get there, it's like people pull the cheese away. So what advice could you give those potential first-time buyers in the audience that are meeting you all for the first time?
So I like what you said about that foundation. That's the foundation of our brokerage as well as my real estate career. When I started, I was focused on properties under 200,000, which usually leads to a first-time home buyer. That's almost unheard of now, 5 years later, right? So the foundation started there, my expertise, my knowledge, and the client base started there as well. So with first-time home buyers in today's market, the toughest part is explaining to them where we are and the fact that they are a little late. You're not too late, but you're a little late in the game. So now I've got to go back in the archives and give you all of this information that you don't really want to hear, right? But that's what my clients respect most about me, is my transparency, my honesty. I'm kind with it, I am professional with it, but the truth is the truth. The math is mathing, and this is where we are today. I encourage you to buy what you can afford now. That's it. That's the end goal at the end of the conversation.
Best time to buy is right now.
So Ms. Corbin, how many nice ways have you had to come up with having that same conversation with your clients and leads?
Well, my words, they don't always come out the way I want them to. I always lean on Courtney and ask her, how should I say this? And
Wrong person.
No.
I'm the wrong person.
No, I thank you so much, because I want you, especially for you, Ms. Houston, to keep in mind that there are so many real estate students like the ones Mr. Brooks met with this morning, those that are affiliates, those people that are like just deciding on if I should transition away from what I'm doing into real estate. So people being able to hear your story, hear you talk about those certain challenges that you may run into, can inspire someone to get off of the sideline and get in the game. So I thank you so much for your transparency and candor. We're going to take a short break, ladies, but when I come back, I want to talk to each one of you about your life before real estate, what you were doing at the time, and what motivated you to make the change, if you all don't mind. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we will be right back.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W. Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
3 years ago, I set out on a mission to create the blueprint for how we could go into our own neighborhoods, buy blocks, renovate them, and combat the negative effects of gentrification. Today, that vision is reality. Our project is located in the heart of the historic Lyons Avenue Business District in 5th Ward of Houston. Lyons Avenue was once a thriving black business district with businesses and commerce. However, after desegregation, that all changed. Now, we are recreating that legacy. These buildings are 100 years old. We just gave them a new life. This house was built in 1925 and was vacant for years. It's now a podcast studio and is rented out as an event space for everything from engagement parties to TV commercials, music videos. City Council even had meetings here. We've had birthday parties. We've had baby showers. And the $5,000 to $10,000 a month generated in this building.
Tony in. Go over to the Facebook page and tune in over there, guys.
Welcome back to the
Appreciate
Prime
y'all.
Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. This is my co-host, the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, brother. Man, you've outdone yourself this week, man.
Come on, man. I stay on fire. Stop playing.
Hey,
You know what I mean? All this good energy in
now
here.
you
Courtney
see-
breaking down the game to him.
Look, man, this is why I had to pull
Ain't
so
the
many
reason why she's
strings.
selecting the team that she got, man.
I'll tell you, I had to pull them strings to get you back in the States, brother, because I knew if I could get you back in this chair, dude, you'll be at the top of your game. So I want to thank you so much. I want to introduce this week's guests. We have the team from Collective Realty Co. We have the broker, Miss Courtney Okanlomo, Miss Corbin Houston, Miss Briana Thomas, and Miss Cherrish Barrett. How you doing, ladies?
Good.
But he said we're doing a lot better over here.
I can't hold
Absolutely.
it.
How's he doing with that last name?
I know. You know what? Mine stuff, but he got mine right and hers wrong.
Listen.
I did.
Hold it in.
It's so bad.
Barrett.
1,000 apologies. No, it's Barrett. I said Bennett. And that was my place. That's my handwriting, my penmanship.
It's down for one
To all of your family. To all
Trying to say them both back to back.
Hold on. My sincerest apology to every Barrett in Chicago.
Every Barrett.
No. Come on, man. My name get wrong. My people in Ohio gonna be like, man, they ain't got that wrong. So all the Barretts, my 1,000 apologies. Ladies, thank you so much. For everyone who missed the first segment, where were you? We gotta get you back on deck, man. You'll get a chance to see the first segment this Sunday at 6 o'clock on the Prime Real Estate Network YouTube channel. Miss Courtney, before we took our break, we started to talk a little bit about each one of you ladies' entrepreneurial background and what you guys decided to do before real estate.
Yeah.
So starting with you, Miss Courtney, what were you doing before you decided to become an entrepreneur and a business owner?
So I'll fast forward here to Houston. I'm originally from Chicago, and I was licensed there previously. But I took a halt, right, before moving here. So moved here, got married, had kids, and my husband found out that I was previously licensed in Illinois. And he's like, let me get the numbers. I need you to get your license here in Texas. So I got my license here with his blessing and support. I took my classes again here on maternity leave. So breastfeeding my third child, in the bed, classes from home, took all the classes, maternity leave, went back to my full-time job.
Wow.
And that was it. So that was all she wrote after that. So worked full-time for at least 3 years. Juggling real estate, full-time job, 3 kids, husband, all of that. Became extremely successful at it after a lot of work. I was groomed by multi-million-dollar producers in Illinois. So I had a foundation, but I still had to learn the city. I still had to learn everything that Houston had to offer. But what kicked me out of full-time working in corporate was my kids get off the bus at 3 o'clock. So I'm like, can I work during the day and then leave and then, work the rest of the hours from home? And they told me no after working there for 5 years. So women get pushed out of corporate every day, and that just pushed me out because I was making far more money selling real estate than in my corporate job anyway. I was penalized for breastfeeding excessively. Like, they just really pushed me out in all ways. And after that, I opened a candy store and a birthday party space with my real estate proceeds, and I've become a successful broker now, have my own firm. So entrepreneurship is really a lifestyle for me, but it came from that adversity.
And any of you other 3 ladies, were any of you in a corporate environment that you felt like was hindering your development? Because Larry and I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially from wives, mothers.
Yes.
They tend to share with us that the corporate environment isn't really conducive to having that work-life balance and at the same time flourishing. So if anyone else has had a similar experience, please.
Cherrish is actually currently going through that, so I think that
Oh,
would
okay.
Yeah.
Please, Miss Bailey.
Full-time. Yeah.
Full time.
Juggling both.
That's why we ain't eating. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
I'm hungry.
My stomach.
My stomach hurt.
Right. I was up working for my job and then looked up and I said, oh, I gotta go for my next job. For my next job. I gotta go and,
Gotta love it.
skip breakfast.
So, Ms. Thomas, how about you?
So I was actually a licensed cosmetologist, and when I was transitioning from Mississippi to Houston, I did continue to stay in the hair industry, but I just knew it was just something missing for me. Like it wasn't what I really wanted. Like I liked it, but I didn't love it. So just trying to figure my way. Just one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get into real estate. But you know, I have family in real estate. My dad was in real estate. My stepmom, my granddad was actually the first black realtor in Mississippi. So that's a good.
Okay. Oh man, shout him out. Big shout out. What's his name?
William Wheeler.
I know William. I'm joking.
William Wheeler.
Oh no, we definitely gotta give him his flowers. That's definitely an achievement.
Carrying on his legacy
all the time.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. I just kind of, I guess, I just fell into, but I fell in love as well. So I'm happy where I am.
And for you, Ms. Corbin?
Okay, so my story is kind of similar to Briana's. Before getting into real estate, I was working from home doing HR, and I was just unfulfilled in all ways imaginable. I started getting mean to my clients, like disrespecting the rules, just making everything my way. And at that point, I knew I needed a change of scenery. So with Briana and my fiance heavily encouraging me to pursue real estate, they were like, Corbin, we'll see you in real estate, you know? I can see you doing that. And I just took a leap of faith, and I'm here, and I'm really enjoying it. So I feel like this is my purpose all along.
So, and it says a lot because, you know, all of y'all have migrated from someone else. You say I use that good old migration.
We're welcoming here.
Welcoming here. Y'all came here and y'all have set roots and it have like flourished in so many different ways. And I think that we're seeing a lot of people that are coming from different places, as we was talking about earlier, and knowing that even being from America, we can go to different places in different states and still build our own true American dream of what that looks like for us. So I think it's amazing what y'all are doing.
I mean, your lady's story is so inspiring that I'm sure there's going to be several members of our audience that would love to connect, follow, and stay engaged and tap in with you ladies. So are there any events that you guys are heading up or sponsoring where people from our audience can come and meet, greet, and interact with you ladies?
Yes, absolutely. So
we just actually finished an event that we sponsored, an art event. That would have been lovely if we had the show before then.
Oh no, we just got to do another one.
We will.
Put a little extra break. Let's stop it.
But we just opened the brokerage in January. We just moved into our space March 1st. All of our furniture is getting together and art and all that good stuff. So we are doing a big grand opening and a client appreciation mixer all in one. It would be our second annual technically because we did one as a team under a previous brokerage. And we're expecting to have those dates roll out in June. So once that takes place, we'll be rolling that out, and you can follow us on Instagram at Collective Realty Co to stay in the know and to connect with the rest of the ladies and be able to be on the lookout for that event.
For sure. And then we also have we're going to be starting our first time home buyer seminars coming every month, every first Wednesday of each month, starting in June. So that'll also be we'll speak about that on the Collective Realty Co page and also our individual pages. You can also find the information as well.
So just turn those post notifications on.
Oh yeah,
that's
a new thing.
Everything.
No doubt about it.
Definitely get it going.
Yeah.
I want to thank you all so much because the energy and the light that you guys have brought to the studio and to this week's episode of the podcast is something that I think won't be matched for a while. So thank you so much. Your candor and transparency is something that I'm sure our audience will benefit from. Because each one of you ladies serves as a symbol of motivation and inspiration for ladies and young gentlemen just like you 10, 15, 20 years into the past, into the future moving forward. So thank you so much. As always, Mr. Brooks.
Well, before I want to quit, are y'all bringing on new agents still, or is it still relationship based? How you doing?
So that's a great question. Not only am I bringing on new agents, they do not have to be female. Okay. So we are opening the floodgates a little bit. I still want to give that personal touch to each and every one of my agents. They have 24/7 access to me. As much as I do and get done, I still want to be able to offer that, and you just can't do that with 100 agents. So by the end of the year, I'm thinking maybe around 20 max.
Okay.
So we do get a lot of inquiries, and if you are interested, please send us a message at Collective Realty Co, and we'll have a little bit of an application intake process for that, because I am looking for true passion. This is not a game.
You know, and I always ask that question because, again, a lot of times people will get into this industry and everyone feels like you got to compete. And there's so much out there, so much more for all of us. And so I want, when I meet other brokers, other realtors that are doing amazing things, I want to open my platform up and pour out to them. Because there's some people that may know Larry Brooks, but may be intimidated by doing business with me, but want to do business with someone else that looks like us. So I applaud everything that you all are doing, and I want you to continue to do it.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
So this week, brother, this weekend, what's going on in the world of Texas Real Estate King?
I got a few secret events I'll be posting. But for the most part, y'all can catch me tonight. I'll be moving around through the city a little bit. So yeah.
Okay, well, just a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not gonna tell you where.
Follow
I'll pull up on y'all. I'll pull up on
Instagram at Texas Real Estate King. Stay in the know. Stay tapped in. Everyone, I want to thank everyone who subscribes to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. Thank you. Like, share, comment, and all that stuff. Stay engaged, because we really appreciate it. All that feedback, we try to take it in. Mr. Brooks and I try to bring you the best possible shows every Thursday. And if you have not had the opportunity to watch us for 173 Thursdays in a row,
man, that's right.
You can catch up on past episodes at the new PrimeRealEstatePodcast.com. So go to our new website, catch up on past episodes, leave us a comment, and you never very well know we might answer your question on that week's show.
Yeah.
So, on behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, we all invite you, if you need anything, reach out to us directly at brooksanddavis.com. In the meantime, in between time, if you need us, everyone out there, until next Thursday, be safe and be blessed.
In there.
You are a man.